Hello and welcome to episode 133 of the Pixel Street Podcast. If you did not know, this is the podcast where each and every week a couple of nerds, sometimes two, sometimes three, sometimes four, get together and talk about video games. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Joel Campos, and joining me this week is the one and only John Hansen. John, how tired are you from covering zombie stuff last night?
I stayed up all night. I'm not so tired, but yeah, I slept a long time from like 9 to 3.
Your schedule, I'll never understand it.
It's all over the place. It changes so much. Yeah, zombies is gold. I'll talk about it later.
Cool. Yeah. So this week we're going to be talking about the PlayStation State of Play that just happened. We just did a live react. Go watch that on our YouTube channel. It'll be up there right now at the time of the podcast being uploaded. Hold on. All right, never mind. I thought something was wrong with my mic. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that State of Play and among other news. But I think really the State of Play is the largest news we have, right? That we got some Anthem.
The most breaking news.
Yeah. I mean, and then Anthem. There was some news around Anthem that came out. Was that today? That was yesterday. Yesterday.
No, it was this
morning. I don't
morning.
know. What is time? No, wait, really?
Was it? I thought it was this morning.
I don't know. Either way.
What is time?
And then we're going to get into some predictions on what we think is going to happen this weekend. You know, tomorrow we got a Pokemon Direct. Is it a Pokemon Presents?
It's called Pokemon Presents. We can talk about it in a bit.
Yep. But yeah, that's what you have to look forward to. But before we get to all that, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. First, you can follow us on Twitter by searching for @PixelStreet. And you can find our pinned tweet there where you can find all of our socials, including Discord. Join our Discord to join in on our Pixel Pal party nights. That's kind of a mouthful to say, but this Saturday, February 27th, we are going to be playing Jackbox Party Pack. Probably a few different ones, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure which ones, but yeah, come join the Discord if you would like to join us in playing that. We would definitely appreciate to have you in the community. Finally, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Pixel Street Videos, where the video version of the podcast will be posted every week alongside other videos like our live reacts to last week's Nintendo Direct. This week's State of Play, our live react is up right now. Go check that out. And unboxings, Let's Plays. John did a video for the 35th anniversary of Zelda this week, right?
Yeah, it was just a discussion, about 20 minutes or so, just kind of what I love about the franchise and my favorite memories from it. It is my favorite series, and yeah, I love talking about it. So yeah, just a discussion video.
Yeah, and a lot of those videos we do not come out with in podcast form, so you have to go to our YouTube channel to watch those. So it's worth noting.
Absolutely.
To go check them out there if you're interested. Finally, wherever you're watching or listening to the show, be sure to leave us a like or a rating. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you want to hear more of, what you want to hear less of. I'm still holding on hope that John gets that sweet nacho cheese machine soon so that he can make a full ASMR video for us.
Now I'm doing an ASMR video.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're running that. You're getting your money's worth out of that thing, John.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I'll like bring it to on the podcast, do like close up with the cheese still in it, like being warmed up, and like ooh.
Yeah. All you hear is the humming.
Dump it all over my keyboard.
But yeah, we definitely
Make it a
appreciate
cheese board.
any and all feedback you give us, whether it be in the comments, in a review on your podcast platform of choice. Let us know. All right. That was that.
Let's talk
done,
State
John.
of Play.
Let's talk State of Play indeed. How do you want to go about this?
Well, first let's do a quick recap of things that were shown. So, let's start with the ending announcement that Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming to PS5. Not surprising, really. We knew at some point it would come. They also announced new DLC that will have Yuffie and Sonnen, I think his name is, playable, which is pretty cool. Weird news there, though, that the DLC is only available for PS5, it seems. Like, there was no PS4 announcement for
Real
it.
weird. And
Yeah.
also, as of right now, I don't think they've announced the price of that DLC.
No, I don't think so either.
Outside of, they have announced that the PS5 version of Final Fantasy VII with the DLC is $70. But you know damn well they're not only going to charge $10 for that DLC.
Yeah, that makes me think it would be like 30.
Yeah.
Something like that. We got our first look at gameplay of Kena Bridge of Spirits, which is one of the games I'm looking forward to most this year. The game looks gorgeous, and I'm absolutely all about it. We got to look at Returnal. Still, it looks like Returnal. Oddworld Soulstorm is got some gameplay shown off. I think we've seen gameplay for it before. When it launches in April, it will be free for PS Plus subscribers. Super excited about that. Crash Bandicoot 4's PS5 version was shown off a little bit. This was announced earlier in the week, but we got the great hashtag Feel the Suck. So
I mean, they did not give us that hashtag. We made it up after the commentator guy said "Feel the Suck"
hashtag
in reference
Feel
to
the
the DualShock, not DualSense controller. Sorry,
DualSense, yeah. Knockout City was shown off. I totally forgot about that. That game doesn't look bad, or it doesn't look good. I mean,
I was gonna say, hold on a second.
Yeah. A new game called Sifu was announced. I started calling it Seafood. Solar Ash was shown off. We got our first look at a new Five Nights at Freddy's game called Security Breach, which creeped the hell out of us.
That is the one game in this I will never touch.
Yeah.
Absolutely never touch.
That might be like a Halloween thing. We'll see. Deathloop got some new gameplay shown. It didn't look like anything different than what we've seen, really. And yeah, that's it. As for like Sony first party stuff, only Returnal was shown, which was odd. I was definitely expecting Ratchet and Clank gameplay, maybe a look at God of War or Horizon. Obviously they're saving that for later in the year. I still think one of those is delayed out of this year. But just I'm really shocked that no Ratchet and Clank. But yeah, what did you think about the state of play? I almost said direct.
Overall, I thought it was fine. Like, I would give it a solid B. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I wasn't expecting to see, your God of War. Like, well, yeah, I thought it would have been great. I didn't think we were going to get that. I thought for sure we were going to have a lot of Ratchet and Clank in here. But obviously we did not get any of that. Overall, comparing it to the Nintendo Direct last week, I'd say they were about even. I think that this is slightly better than the Nintendo Direct last week for me, just because they cut out all the bullshit. You know what I mean? Nintendo Direct last week had so much fluff, like you said, so many indie games that, like, just stuff I would never play personally, and it was just boring to hear about.
I don't think it's a problem that there was a lot of indie games. I think the problem is that they were spending too much time on them. Like, if they would have just cut them down into, like, a sizzle reel of the indie games coming, kind of like what Xbox does with its indie program.
Yeah.
ID at Xbox, yeah, that's right. They don't spend too much time on it. They're like, they put up a hype video, put some music behind it, and like, yeah, this is what's coming in the future. Like, that is perfect for that kind of stuff. Especially if it's like indie games being re-released on there that we already know about. But yeah, I would probably give the state of play a C. It was fine. It didn't. Okay, so Kena Bridge of Spirits and the new Oddworld game are two of the games I'm most excited for coming to PS5 this year. And I already knew they were amazing. I'm glad I saw gameplay on Kena finally, and that we got a release date. But like everything else in there, like I have questions on Deathloop. Returnal doesn't look that great to me, and the state of play didn't change my mind on any of that. Like I'm leaving this exactly the same way I thought about all of these games going in, and that, I don't know. Like the Final Fantasy stuff was cool, but like it doesn't really excite me. I don't know.
I think overall, I think people are down on this state of play, mainly because it has been so long since we've heard anything from Sony.
Yeah.
You know, like the last state of play was like we were saying, didn't you say September?
I think it was September. I could be wrong on that.
If not September, October, in that area. It was right before the PS5 launched. So, yeah, I think that's why a lot of people are so down because they were expecting, like you said, God of War, at the very least, Ratchet and Clank. I mean, that game comes out in like 4 months.
Yeah, my I think Sony like have locked themselves into a corner with state of plays because they've announced we already know so much that's coming out. So when we don't see that stuff in a state of play, it does kind of take away the hype. Kind of like the Nintendo Direct thing. We know Breath of the Wild 2 is coming. We know Metroid Prime 4 is coming, but we haven't seen them in so long that when you don't see them in these really focused shows, it's hard for fans to get excited when they're expecting something and they just don't get it.
Even if it's in any way at all. Like if they had just come out like Cory Barlog, 30 seconds on the screen saying God of War, 2, whatever, Ragnarok is still in development. Like we're working hard on the game. We're expecting to give more info, coming later this year. Even if that's all it is. Just so that there's something, they acknowledge that the game's still being made. Everything's going smoothly. But who knows, I mean, I can see why they're avoiding it because I think God of War Ragnarok gets delayed out of this year personally. So maybe they're just avoiding, having that conversation.
Yeah, maybe. Quick breaking news on Final Fantasy VII. They just announced that they are bringing the official soundtrack to Spotify, Apple Music, all those things. So that's cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh, and you also were saying that they announced some mobile games, right?
Yeah, one of them. So it was announced after the fact, obviously, because it has nothing to do with PlayStation. But there's a Final Fantasy VII mobile game. That's not what you think it is. It's a battle royale game.
Yeah, from what I was seeing, it was a prequel to the story, and it's a battle royale.
Well, I don't think it's a prequel to the story. It's just set before the time of the story. And you're a soldier, essentially. And yeah, I guess you just fight other soldiers. I don't know. It looks super weird. I don't know if I'll even try it, but
I won't.
It is.
The soundtrack I'm in is really cool, though.
Soundtrack, I'm all for it. I wish I bought the vinyl of that. So I think that they made one.
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah. Moving on, John. I mean, what else is there to say about the state of play, right?
We can
kind of sum it up.
Oh, state of play?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moving on, let's talk about another game we haven't heard about in a while. Anthem,
I feel like we've heard about it, but we just keep forgetting that we've heard about it. I feel like we talked about it just a few weeks ago.
We wish we didn't hear about it.
Yeah. Regardless, we can finally put the final nail in the coffin of Anthem. We can finally stop talking about it. The Anthem rework is canceled.
So it was called Anthem Next, I think, is what they were calling it. The BioWare put this update up. I'm just going to summarize it. I'm just going to read a few paragraphs. In the spirit of transparency and closure, we wanted to share that we've made the difficult decision to stop our new development work on Anthem, aka Anthem Next. We will, however, continue to keep the Anthem live service running as it exists today. Since Anthem's launch, the team has been working hard to continually improve the game, releasing multiple updates that brought with them a variety of improvements and introduced new content to play. Towards the end of 2019, we expanded on that effort by starting working on a more fundamental restructure of the game. So, yeah, that restructure is canceled. It's been rumored for a long time that it was happening, but now we have the final nail in the coffin here.
2 years, I think.
It said towards the end of 2019, so year and a half, almost about a year.
Yeah, a little over a year.
Safe to say a year. Yeah. But more news came out from this from Jason Schreier. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have the tweet pulled up here. He actually wrote about it, but monetization. But he tweeted, "Time for some news that is going to make BioWare fans really happy. Following the success of Jedi Fallen Order and the failure of Anthem, EA has allowed BioWare to make the next Dragon Age a single-player RPG. Previously, it was planned as a service game." And I'm just baffled that was even
I know
in the
a
works.
thing
Like
that it was going to be a
can't
service
believe-
game.
I can't believe they were going to go forward with that. That's just mind-boggling to me.
And like I've never played a Dragon Age game, but I know that the fan base of Dragon Age is not, you know what I mean? That's not the
Yeah.
group of people that would want that type of game.
It's too bad Connor's dead and he can't talk about this with us because I know he's a huge fan of the series. But I'm mind blown that they even thought that was a good idea. Yeah. I've got nothing more to say on that. Like, good move that they're changing their plans on it, but wow, that would have been so bad.
But yeah, Chad Michael Innes, shout out to you. You can stop asking us if we remember Anthem because
it's dead. It's
dead.
finally dead.
It's dead. I guess, dude, I don't know what else to say. That's it. Moving on. Tomorrow, there's a Pokemon Presents airing this Friday.
The day that this podcast goes live, it's airing.
Yep. So likely, if you're listening to this, it's already out. So go check out the new announcements. What do you think's coming, John?
All right. So there's been lots and lots of rumors of Diamond and Pearl remake. I think we see that. Like that's the easy one. That's what people have been asking for years. I think that's definitely set to come this fall. We'll probably see more on new Pokemon Snap because that's coming up. I think we'll see some stuff on Pokemon Unite, which is the MOBA Pokemon game for Switch and mobile. I think we'll see a Let's Go Johto. I think you were talking about recently that that's kind of been rumored and everything. I could definitely see it because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee were good. What would they do? I would hope for Let's Go Cyndaquil because I love Cyndaquil. Regardless, I think that's on the way. And I think we'll okay, so it's called a Pokemon Present. It's not a Pokemon Direct, which really makes me think that there's going to be outside stuff shown in here, like maybe a movie, a new series or something. But I think we'll also see the release date for Pokemon Sleep and what was the other thing that they announced a while ago for mobile? That was an app. There was something else. Wasn't there a toothbrush thing?
Yeah, what the fuck? No, fuck that. I don't want to hear about that.
So we'll probably get something like that, something completely off the wall where you're like, wow, Pokemon is really trying to take over the world, aren't they?
So is this a Nintendo stream or is this just a straight up Pokemon Company stream?
This is Pokemon Company, especially since it's not called a Direct. This is not Nintendo.
Yeah. So you have to imagine they talk about the Pokemon cards, right? Because that's everybody's into the Pokemon cards right now. And that new set just came out last week.
They could definitely announce a new set coming out, and then also they've also been getting into clothing lines lately, so we could see new Pokemon clothes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know. I think that it would be awesome if they dropped those 3DS ports of the old Game Boy Color games.
Oh, yes,
to the fucking store already. But who knows? Nintendo hates that kind of stuff, apparently.
Dude, if they did that, I'd just buy them all up. I love those games.
Especially because they're $10 each. Digitally on the store.
On Switch, they'd probably 3DS. Be $30, but still.
Yeah, it would be something stupid.
I'd still buy them.
Yeah, I would for sure buy it. I don't know. I'm excited to see what they have.
Yeah, me too. We'll see what happens.
John, let's talk about Overwatch 2. Last week, we watched the live stream of the BlizzCon, opening ceremony, I guess it was called.
Yeah.
We watched that whole thing. We should have done a live react because, man, were you upset.
Okay. So yeah, they did the whole opening ceremonies, and at BlizzCon they always go through all of their franchises and like say, hey, this is what's coming, and then later on they dive deeper into it. So Warcraft, they had like a bunch of like, yeah, this is what's coming to the new expansion and everything. Diablo, we saw a bunch of stuff for Diablo 4 and like the cinematic thing. It was really good. And then they just completely skipped Overwatch, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, where's Overwatch 2? So yeah, I had like a knee-jerk reaction where I was mad. I was like, are you kidding me? That really nailed home how this game is not coming this year. And that at the time it really surprised me, because since they announced that game, I've been thinking, oh yeah, this is like a smaller thing, like yeah, they're going to throw in some PvE stuff, but it's not going to be big or anything. However, after that, they had I think it was like a 45-minute long stream where Jeff Kaplan and the team went behind the scenes, and they showed off a bunch of new stuff for it. And I can honestly say that now that I'm looking at this, I can understand why it's not coming out this year, and I can understand why it's taken so long. Before I get into like what was shown though, Blizzard really painted themselves into a corner with how they've been like handling Overwatch 2, because they did not do a good job of communicating how this is a full sequel. Like forever, people are like, oh, this is Overwatch 1.5. I can honestly say though, after seeing the behind the scenes stuff like this, no, this is Overwatch 2. This is like a true sequel and everything. So they announced 2 new maps, New York and Rome. They both look amazing. They said more are on the way. There's going to be multiple maps for every game mode and everything, and we also know a bunch of heroes are coming. We still only know Sojourn for the new heroes. They're adding in, for PvE stuff, hero missions. There's going to be over 100 of them for people to do, which is awesome. Like, I was expecting, like, 10, 15 when they first announced it, but no, they specifically said over 100 of these, and 4 people go in, there's an objective, you work together, fight off AI and everything, and yeah, it's just a co-op mode. Story mode is coming in, and every single bit of it will have cinematic cutscenes beginning and ending and all the stuff. It looks amazing. They're working in some dynamic weather, so like blizzards and sandstorms can kick up in PvE, not PvP, because that would suck. Yeah, there's just a ton of stuff coming to the game that for a while they're like, yeah, this is a full sequel, but they just weren't showing anything on it. And now that we've finally seen it, I think the Overwatch community is much more like, okay, all right, let's get this done. However,
it makes me wonder, the fact that they weren't sharing any of this stuff for a long time. It makes me wonder how recently they started bringing some of these changes.
See, I'm not sure about that, because Jeff Kaplan said most of 2020 was spent working on like bringing in more enemies to the PvE side of things, because originally in like the Archives event, it was like very Left 4 Dead, where the enemies you faced, there was only a few of them, and they all like had very specific abilities. Going forward, there's like, they showed off like 10 additional enemies to what was there before, because they're like trying to really go for like varied combat, make the experience feel like much more fluid and exciting every time you do it. So that's good. What this means for Overwatch as a game right now, though, there's just nothing coming to the game for a long time. Like, this game, Overwatch 2, isn't coming in 2021. It's not coming this year. So my guess is it's coming in fall 2022. And
which is like 2 years away, essentially,
yeah,
at this point.
They've already said they're not releasing more heroes for Overwatch 1. We got a new deathmatch map in Overwatch 1 not too long ago, but I don't see them releasing any new maps in the game. Like, they're just going to keep rolling out the rehashed events for all the seasons, and that's it. They'll probably do like patch updates and everything, like balance updates, but like there's just it's going to be a tough time, I think, to like really stick into Overwatch 1 unless you really love the game like me. I really think the player base is going to dwindle over the next year, and I don't think that's a good move by Blizzard. Like, they really need to put out some significant updates. Like, just what I've been saying forever is put out new events, like rework them, like make them exciting again, because what they've got right now isn't exciting. It's the same stuff we've seen for, in May it'll be 5 years. Like, that's not exciting. But what do I know?
Yeah, I don't know much about Overwatch other than I enjoy playing it from time to time.
Yeah. But real quick before we move on, I will say Overwatch 2 looks amazing. Very excited for it. Yeah.
Let's move into some quick news.
Let's do it.
Lawmakers are trying to ban GTA again. I saw this in my local news here because there's an Illinois lawmaker who's specifically trying to ban it. Yeah. This is going to go nowhere.
No, it hasn't gone anywhere in the past. It definitely isn't going to happen now. But
I do want to give an honorable mention to my mom, though. In high school, when GTA
is she the 4, one trying to ban it?
No, in high school when GTA 4 came out, I wasn't planning on buying it launch day or anything. I was just at school, came home from school. My mom's like, "Hey, I saw on the news that this game GTA 4, they're trying to ban it. So I went to the store and bought it for you before it gets banned." I was like, "Yo, that is the dopest shit that's ever happened to me."
That's cool.
She bought me the game, and the GameStop employee suckered her into buying the strategy guide that I probably never used.
Okay, yeah. GTA 4 strategy guide just doesn't feel needed to me. Yeah, man, GTA is such a cool series. I really have fun. I just think it's funny that they're trying to do this now, like 8 years after GTA 5 originally released. Like all of the bad stuff, like the worst stuff in that game has been in there since the beginning, like the scene where Trevor tortures a man and you like do it yourself. Like, that's always been there. Like, even all of the updates and stuff in the online, like nothing in there has been worse than what's already in there.
Yeah, it's all the story stuff that's really bad. Moving on, Nintendo did not acknowledge Zelda's 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that, John?
What the fuck, Nintendo? Like,
super
everyone.
Weird.
They didn't even get on Twitter and say, "Hey, yeah, today's the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. Look forward to Skyward Sword coming out this year," because that's the only thing they've announced so far. I'm still holding out hope for a Zelda Direct in the future. But, like, this is, like, their second biggest franchise after Mario. Like, I can't believe that they're not talking about it. Like, just a simple tweet would have gone a long way to be like, "Yeah, we're thinking about this and everything." But no, they completely ignored it. WTF, Nintendo.
Super weird. Especially considering the fact that we were expecting like a 35th anniversary like release of games for the Switch. And
so far it's only Skyward Sword.
And even that's not even like in celebration of the 35th anniversary, right?
It's not.
It's just they're releasing it, but they're not
releasing it. Releasing one of the most divisive games in the series is not a celebration.
Even the fact that people were like, at one point hoping that there would be a Super Mario 35 or like a Super Mario Maker version of Legend of Zelda in some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. My dog's freaking out over here.
Days
Gone. Days Gone is coming to PC. More games are on the way. I think this is awesome. It just gives more people a chance to play it. I still have not played Days Gone. I know it's kind of
special.
I mean, to you, but there are people that love that game. So I think it's just kind of a mixed bag of reviews, I guess.
I love zombie games, and I had to stop it after 3 hours because it was so
cringe.
Not cringe. It's just a nothing game. Like, there's no reason to stick around for it.
Moving on, GameStop stock has soared again and I am on this rocket ship, John.
Are you going to the moon?
Yeah, I'm going to the moon, John. I'm ready.
Right. I still didn't get into it because it was really expensive by the time like I started that I could actually like start buying stock, so I didn't get in it. Excited to see it though for you guys. I don't really. I'm on the AMC train. Like you guys are on the rocket ship. I'm on the train.
You're on the
train. We're going up the hill. You guys are blasted into space. I'm just going up a hill.
Moving on, Destroy All Humans 2 remake was teased.
Yeah.
I own the first remake. I never played it. No, I did not see this.
I'd love Destroy All Humans. I reviewed it for GamePer when it came out last summer. They put out a new trailer, just like going over it, and they're like, "Oh, wait till the end." And you know how they'll like put up like an image of the character like standing there in front of a thing saying like "Destroy all humans, buy now" and all that. After a few seconds, a clone of Crypto, the main character you play as, comes out and he's like, "Hey, 137, are you done yet?" And he turns around and he's like, "Hey, wait your turn, or I'll get to you in a little bit," or something like that. So yeah, they're teasing Destroy All Humans 2. I'm not sure if it will be a remake of that game. I never played it. Or if they're just going off in a different direction and making their own Destroy All Humans 2 yet. Regardless, super excited.
Cool. Moving on, I don't know what this even is, but Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 dropped its lead developer.
You don't know this game?
No.
This was announced at the that May Xbox show where that everyone hated. But Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is it's a cult classic RPG from back in the day. Lots of people are excited for this. I never played the original, so I was pretty excited for this. It was originally supposed to come out last year, but now it's pushed out of 2021, so hopefully it comes out in 2022. They said that development is not starting over on it. They've got new developers working on it. I don't think they gave a reason why this is happening, but they did say like thanks to the original developers for all your hard work and get out of here. We're working on this now. So really odd. Hopefully it's good whenever it comes out, but the more stuff that comes out on this, the more I'm like, this is a very volatile thing that they're messing with here.
Yeah. Well, that does it for our news and quick news. Let's just get into what we've been playing, I guess, and get out of here. This is a quick one this week. John, what have you been playing?
So, Season 2 of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War came out last night / this morning. And with it, they brought a new mode into zombies called Outbreak. And the best way I can sum up what this mode is it's pretty much zombies meets a battle royale mode, kind of. So it's still only 4 people that jump into the game, but it's set on much bigger maps than you're used to in zombies, and you have to go and complete a main objective. But in between you and that objective, you can jump into buildings and loot for stuff, take out zombies, do like little side quests and everything. And then once you complete that main objective, you teleport to a completely different map. There's like 3 different like giant maps that this is a part of. And yeah, it's really fun. It's something completely new for zombies fans. I'm really enjoying it. I wrote up a few guides last night on it for GamePer, so check those out if you need any help. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I was having a lot of issues though last night while playing it. This update that they put out really took down the stability of Black Ops Cold War, I think. So hopefully they patch that out soon and get it fixed and everything. But yeah, it's really fun, and I definitely recommend giving it a try if you got the game.
Yeah, I have not played zombies in a long time, probably since the last time I played with you, which was a few months ago at this point, but I definitely want to hop in and check out the new stuff.
Let's do it.
Yep.
What have you been playing?
Maybe this weekend. I've been playing more Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D.
Yeah.
I was IMing you guys the other night about it. I haven't played since then.
IMing.
instant messaging. Have you heard of it?
It's just that people usually say DMing.
IMing, instant, whatever.
IMing is like early 2000s.
I mean, I'm old.
That was just a blast from the past. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been playing more of that. I got past the fucking Gorons.
Hey, there you go.
And now I have to go up the mountain, I think. Right? They told me to go talk to somebody on top of the mountain to get the 3rd stone.
Yeah. Well, you should be on... If you're doing Gorons, you should be on the 2nd stone.
I finished the 2nd stone.
You got to say... Okay, the 3rd stone isn't up there. You're going up a mountain to talk to a great fairy. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
And then you're going to go to Zora's Domain, which is a water area.
Oh, is that the water temple?
No, that's not the water temple.
I've heard the water temple sucks.
Some of it's overblown, but it's not the greatest Zelda dungeon. But no, as a kid, your first time to Zora's Domain, you're gonna go into a whale.
All right.
Jabu.
Yeah, I'm excited to play through that game. At this point, I'd say I'm probably like a quarter of the way through the game. Right?
No.
Something like that. No?
No.
I've looked up...
Okay, yeah, about a quarter, I guess, yeah.
I looked up a walkthrough of the game, and like the mission I was at was about a quarter of the way down the list.
Okay, maybe, yeah. Maybe about a quarter, I guess, yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to play more of that. I've been trying to get into Zelda more. I don't know.
Get the Switch, Nintendo, please. Like, the perfect anniversary stuff for me this year is that they bundle Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then another bundle with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and just release them both on Switch. I don't care. Do your bullshit at releasing them at $60. I'll buy them both. Those would be perfect. The
thing is, I would love to stream Ocarina of Time, but I don't want to play like the N64 version on like a emulator or anything like that, because I've already started it on the 3DS. Mm-hmm. And I can tell, because I've started Ocarina of Time on my N64 before, and it looks so much better on the 3DS. Even though like it's not a graphically stunning game on there, but you could tell it looks better
on 3DS. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean that's what a 15-year difference between those games being released. So yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. No, the 3DS version of Ocarina of Time is brilliant.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep diving into that. What else have you been playing, John?
So I've played more Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Well, I haven't touched Bowser's Fury since I 100%ed it. I am, to this point, I would say I'm about 97% done with the game. So I am on the very last level called Champion's Road, I think, and it is a difficult fucking level. It's like from what I've seen of it so far, it's like a gauntlet where it's this huge, well, not huge, but it's a big level and there's no checkpoints in it, so you have to do it all in one run, and there's like a bunch of different areas to fall off and die and everything, and it's tough. But once I beat this, I will have all the stars in the game, not all the stamps, and I won't have all of the characters completing the levels, but yeah, I'm not doing that. So yeah, 100% completion requires you. There's 5 characters in the game. You start out with 4, but you unlock Rosalina later. So you have to hit the top of the flagpole once on all the levels to unlock the secret levels that I'm on. You have to collect all of the green stars, which I've done. You have to collect pretty much all of the stamps. So I've done all that, but like for 100% completion, you also have to go through every single level with every character and complete it. And I'm like, no, that's a waste of time. I'm not doing that.
Does that... I wonder if it counts though, if like... Because this is the other game I've been playing as well. Me and Elise started playing this. She played it when it first came out on the Switch a few weeks ago. But we went back and started playing co-op because I wanted to start playing. And
co-op is the way to play it.
I wonder if playing local co-op would count for both characters.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already checked. Yeah, once you get later and once you get to the secret levels, it'll start showing you what characters have touched the flagpole. And yeah,
Okay.
you only need to touch the top of the flagpole with one character for it to count. So
Yeah.
you don't have to
Everybody
do
else just has to
that.
get through it.
You don't have to do that, but it's still like, I'm like, man, I just really don't want to go through every single level again because
Yeah.
I'm playing it with my daughter, but I'm playing with it on her save file. So I'm like, I just don't want to run through this again.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been playing local co-op here on my TV. Maybe we'll play more of it tonight, but
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the game. It looks great.
Yeah, looks
really
great.
does.
I think I like it so much better than I like new Super Mario Brothers. I think it's such a better idea than what they've been putting into that series lately. Even the online is fine. Me and Holden talked about this in our review video a couple weeks ago, but it like there's definitely that Nintendo jank when playing online, but it is much better than I expected it to be. So that's good.
Can you play 4-player co-op online?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome.
Yep. 4 online and up to 2 people can play on a Switch at a time when you're playing online or local wireless.
Nice. Cool. Maybe you could join us sometime.
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know.
I think that ends the podcast, John. I don't know.
Yeah,
You got
this
anything else
went
to
a
say?
lot faster than I thought it would.
Well,
it feels like there was a
that
lot of
does
news
it.
this week, but it's not much to like talk on. It's just like, yeah.
to
that's
be
cool.
fair, I think us doing a live reaction to the state of play took away a lot of our opinions just because we've
Maybe.
already talked about it, in depth. But
Yeah.
anyway, this ends episode 133 of the Pixel Street podcast. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. Find our YouTube channel by searching for Pixel Street Videos. Subscribe to us there. We need to hit 100 subscribers so we can get that sweet custom URL. Check out our pinned tweet on Twitter as well to join our Discord, to join our Pixel Pal Party Nights. We have one coming up this Saturday where we will be playing Jackbox Party Pack games. Find me on Twitter at Campo63, twitch.tv/Campo63, where I might start streaming the podcast every week. I don't know. We'll look into that more.
We'll definitely
John.
start streaming reacts.
Yeah, for sure. John, where are you at on the internet?
On Twitter, I am at RevXShadows, and you can find my writing on GamePer.com. As for Pixel Street Videos, I have a little video in the works right now. It's about times in video games where electricity did unexpected things. So look out for that.
Interesting. We will be right back here next week for episode 134 of the Pixel Street podcast. Call your mom. Check in on your mom. If you haven't called your mom in a while, give her a call. That's what
Ask her
to
buy GTA 4 for you.
That's your homework for tonight. Call your mom. Say hi.
Get your mom to buy you Grand Theft Auto 4.
Before they ban it.
Yeah, before they ban it.
All right. Bye.
Bye.